Da, streamam. Če je na YouTube dobil. Da, se sluša. Ok, brat, ništa, ki se gasa, me vam ok video. Ajde. Ćao. back in December or November, I believe. I actually thought that I'm gonna finish this model by end of December, but projects and whatnot postponed this quite a lot, and I'm already very not that I'm chasing any time, but I'd rather like to finish it like much sooner, and that's not the case. So that's why I'll be streaming every day in these hours from 9 a.m. till 12 a.m. in the morning. That is obviously Central European time. And hopefully within 2 months I'll finish this whole work that has to be done on this vehicle. How to approach this? It's like butchering the whole geometry around these sections here. It's pretty much a mess. Hey, hi there. Good morning. Yeah. What's up? How are you? I've seen you're doing that music studio, I believe it is. Why did you said you don't have the nerves of continuing doing it? Like, you need some details there. Hard at work already. Well, not really. I mean, if I was really, this vehicle would have been pretty much finished, but it's still not. So I wouldn't say. But yeah, I get what you mean, and for sure it will be. I'll be, I plan on streaming now like this every single day, if not every single day, every second, from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. Hopefully to get sooner to the end of this vehicle. I pretty much forgot how much I have on my hands in doing this. The whole model, it's like the whole engine, it's like just a mess. Not mess in the sense that it's wrongly done, but it's just that I have a lot of things to do. Damn, what coffee do you drink in the morning? I just did like an hour ago probably. I'm awake since 7 o'clock. Grant, don't get me started, mate. Blender is great, but some controls is not in my favor. Don't go hard on yourself, or you'll burn out. I think I did. But that can be only good, in the sense that it means you're working hard. Now, whether I mean, it's all psychology, so you know. It depends how you see it, you know, what drives you, what pushes you forward. So in my case, yeah, I just had too many projects that I had to fulfill, so did not really had much time to do anything else other than that. And to be, you know, quite honest, I also, because of what I've, you know, the endeavors I did on the portfolio chase and the development of all the models I've done in the past year, when December came, I said, like, I'm gonna have fun, you know, and play some games, actually. So I think I kind of got used to it quite a lot, and now I believe it's just time to go back and continue with modeling a bit more on this vehicle. I really want to finish it. True, but I think of it like the gym. Too many people start going to the gym with huge goals, and they usually give up because it's too much, or it's too much in the start. Which is why, I mean, I'm one of those people. So that's why I'm saying this, or at least what I'm about to say. I made a different plan, and I'm starting really small. So starting really small, it will be probably push me for a longer period of time. And I won't feel like I'm already doing too much and I don't get like some results, you know. So I plan on running 1,000 kilometers this year. I'm only on my 20th kilometer, so there's like 98% or 99.2 or 8% left, but still it's just you know, 17th of February, so I have still around 300 days, more or less. So each day, if I run around 3 kilometers, I'll make it. So I don't have to do like 15 kilometers at a time or 20. Not that I ran too much at 20s like that, but yeah, I hope I'll stick to it, you know, and I won't give up after some time. Now, given the fact that I'm quite late with this model, I'm not gonna give too much thought about these things in here. I'm just gonna go and come on. Of all the scans data here, it's quite tricky to navigate sometimes. So I'll just have that. This will be actually the exhaust that can be seen on the outside of the car. So that scares me. This scares me. The fact, I mean, I have all these details, but you see they're actually here. So what I'll end up is, after I finish the model and everything is in place, I'll have it modified. So I'll have these exhaust pipelines exit here. This is from the 3D scan of a different vehicle, I mean different layout of this vehicle. For those that are new on this stream, this is the earlier version of what I previously made for a client. So the 3D scan is based on a Porsche 1989. What I'm building is Porsche, the same car, but for 88. So they have slightly different liveries here and designs. So what I'm actually doing is just trying to use the 3D scanned data of the 88, of the 89 for the 88 version. Hey, Dolly Crane, hi there, mate. It's been a long time. I saw you the other day on some other stream. Not sure where it was. I think maybe I'm mistaken, but I feel like I kind of saw you. I can see why it scares you, it's so confusing, and yet it all makes sense. Well, I'll tell you what, I stopped working on this late November, and now we are, like I've said, 17th of February. and I can tell you pretty much I'm kind of lost on where I was and what I had to do. So I'm trying to go back and understand where did I actually left off, and continue on that. So, but before too long, I'm just gonna, start with something and trying to slowly build up on it and pick it up once again. So that would be that pipe. Shift P so we can extract from the group, and let's bring it to the rear end engine. So we have it like that. This is pretty much tricky here. I have quite a big detail. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. So this is like, yeah, you can see it like shrapnels all aside on all sides, and I have to make sense of it. So I have no idea how I will go around it. All I can see is this detailing here, and I'm gonna really experiment with it a bit. From what I can see, these shapes are going through here and there, 3 of them. Then what do we have? So not much really. So what that means is, I believe like in here, if you can see this panel here, this will be going like that, or all the way across there. So once I build up that transition there, I'll pick it up slowly with everything else. These lines here and the bottom. The bottom pretty much would be like some continuation of these silhouette here, like this edge that I have here, finding the middle, and that would be that, because none of that will be seen from the bottom. Here we have like a hull beneath the car that you can see here, this like V shape that's covering all this area here, forming like double diffuser, you see here. So none of that will be seen. My goal is to really make the details on the top and to try and make it look impressive. That's it, and I won't mind too much for the bottom. I like these details here. It looks like, there is sense to it. There is logic in them being like they are. And these in here, this is just flipped from the other side. And while in here they're matching, here you would see they're not. But after all, this piece in here, it's made according to a 3D scan. So I can understand that certain engines are not entirely similar, probably they are, but I'm sure there's slight imperfections to it. Not in size though, but maybe something else, like details of them on them. So I would take that as it is, and I'll just later on try to adjust it. That will be it. That will be my approach. Now this in here, well, I can pretty much combine that, bridge them like that, I mean close the gap actually, and just merge it. Not collapse, but soften. Yeah, like that. Maybe I should, but I'm not really that mindful of the geometry. Maybe I can clean it up, all this mess in here, and make this a bit structured, a bit more structured, like that, to follow the lines. Yeah, but again, I'll have to make it on the other side too. Yeah, but this is mirrored object, so I don't think there's gonna be any problem in doing that after all. Yeah, there's too much actually of data here that I tried to translate. You see, there is like a dent in there. Actually, there isn't. So the fastest way of me doing that will be I'll just not that, but yeah, just a sec. So just to cut it is and simplify my task here. So these endings here, I'm just gonna merge them like that, and this, bring it over there. At first, you know, it looked pretty much complicated while I was doing the 3D scan, but right now, as I'm trying to clean this up, I'm realizing all that, you know, that I was caring too much about, it's really not that important. All of this is very, it will be better if it's, you know, cleaned up like I'm doing it just now. So really there is no need of so much lines in here. It's gonna be pretty much a straight shape there. Simplify it like that. Now these in here, yeah, that's gonna be messy. Okay, we're gonna do something else then. So delete all that, delete all that. Now come on, that with this. Yeah, we need additional line here just to give us some kind of stability. And also what I will need is yeah, this is pretty much no, it should be flatter. Wait a sec. Yeah, that's about right. I just realized that I have a new follower that I haven't noticed. Latest follower, Vip Veer. Thank you for the follow, man, and welcome on the stream. I hope I pronounced that properly. Every time I see someone else, or someone new follows, it's really pleasant, you know, because the circle it's getting bigger and bigger of people that you might know, that you might meet in a way. And I'm always very much looking forward to those kind of things. Hi, Biba. Just now I noticed, I was looking on the multi-chat. Why haven't I seen you? Oh, it just, I assume it's a personal message. Because on the multi-chat, your message did not went through. It went only in there, on the stream chat. That's weird. No idea how that's made though. I'm not that much yeah, strange indeed. I mean, I cannot see your message on the multi-stream, and from what I can see, actually it's going on the stream itself. That's good, but still oh yeah, actually that one is the last message. I kind of mixed them up because they were pretty much similar. I'm bad at reading these. Sorry guys, a bit confusing. Anyway, all good now. Yep, actually, before I went streaming, I had issues with the software, so I could not really play the stream earlier. I planned on 9 a.m., but I just couldn't. No idea why. The software just didn't work. Um, so yeah, that won't work. That will though, but this is not the same. So. Okay, okay. It's quite tricky now because generally for these kind of shapes you would need much more geometry than I actually have right now, because in here there is more geometry than there it is in this section here, and the bend it's I mean it's from all sides, so generally speaking it's quite difficult to manage to work it out on all fronts simultaneously, like I'm trying to do right now. But you know, and every single time I did this, it's only later on that I realized maybe I shouldn't have spent so much time on it, because now I'll be probably wasting a full hour on this, and still in the end it's just gonna be a metal piece which will be heavy textured and really into at the back of the engine beneath all these pieces in there that not much would be visible, you know. But while doing it you want to make it look nice, and while at it, you know, So don't mind me if I go back and forth, but I just want to avoid these you see, normal issues that are present, and maybe that will be done with increasing of the geometry in itself to give more structure. But Viv Veer, first time chat, welcome on the chat again, man, and thank you for the follow. Good to discover your stream today. Yes, you pronounced it perfectly. Was waiting for the 10 minutes after follow to chat. Yeah, that is solely made because I can say I'm enough on the stream to say the following, which is I realized it's much better for myself to be engaging with people who really want to engage and be part of the stream, or you know, just genuine 3D artists. Other than that, just people who are following for the sake of you know, anything else other than that, and they will be gone within minutes. Not that I would care, but it just, I don't think it's right. Anyway, so that's the only reason why there is 10 minutes like what you had to wait for, and so on and so on. I had a 1 hour long after follow timer on my stream. So you're streaming as well. I would love to check it out later on. Are you working something in the 3D industry yourself? Yeah, this is great. Every single time, like I've said, whenever it writes its potential new collaboration, new connection. I'm so glad for some of the people I have here. For example, I don't want to mention names because I'm not sure whether they would like it or not, but believe it or not, some of them are musicians. So not that, I mean, like superstar musicians that you would think of, but regardless, I very much adore people who have that gift of singing and making songs and things like that. So yeah, but I recently resigned to do my own solo indie game. Fingers crossed. I have them for you as well. I know quite a lot of people here in our country that are trying to do that, which is to say, it's a market that it's taking, how to say this, it's moving slowly but steadily into the right direction of indie games. Speaking of, hey, Turning Cog, hi there, man. What did you do with the environment that you were working on? Turning Cog, guys, I believe he's making also a game of a kind. I believe so. I mean, forgive me for not remembering exactly the details, because I cannot, remember where I left off on working on this car, let alone something else. Thank you, Vivir. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. So Turning Coke, I want to address to him again. He says best of luck and doing the same. Are you streaming yourself right now? Or I believe he was addressing to you, Vivir, that he's working on an indie game as well, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, they are. They are. I have people, friends, close friends, that don't think highly of people who do games, or when you say I'm playing games and this and that, they would think little of you, you know, but they're not aware that the gaming industry actually it's bigger than the music and the movie industry combined. And for God's sake, like Henry Cavill is playing games, so I'm very glad you guys connected. That's lovely to see. If this stream was a reason for some people to connect, I mean, it's already worth it. That's not a cliche, that's a fact. I'm still working on it, building out a conservatory. Conservatory. Yeah, I said it the other way around. Conservatory with a glass roof. For that can be endless tiled for an indie horror game. Yeah, I won't be playing that for sure. Game I have been working on with a small team for the last 6 months. Awesome. I don't like horror movies. I don't like. Heck, I can be scared to death even if I'm playing like Counter-Strike. I'm so focused into it, and if someone touches me or something like that, I can just jump, from the chair. So, yeah, I'm not into horror games. I remember as a kid playing Silent Hill with my cousin. He was holding the joystick and everything playing. I was just watching from a side and trying to help him navigate through the map, be kind of a logistics, to him. But that was that. Horror games, oh my. I'll just zoom out like this so people can have some idea of what I'm actually building. So from time to time I'll go back to it and so on, but yeah. Vivier, I would really love to show you what I'm building on right now. I mean, go around the model and all that, but I left off building this model late November, and this is the first day since then that I go back to it and try to finish it, to continue working basically on it. So what I meant to say is that I'm already way back, like late. So I don't want to waste any time that I have, and I'll be having only 3 hours per day working on this. That's the only time I can spare, because lately I began working on several projects that require my times, and I thought, if I don't schedule this work somehow, I'll never finish it. So there are some works that you can see on my YouTube channel. There are some works that can be seen on my Instagram page. But this is a vehicle that I've delivered for a client almost 2 years ago now. Not 2 years as such, but it was into 2024, but 2024 September. So that is like year and a half, more or less, even less, let's say. But yeah, needless to say, right now, what I'm trying to do is redefine all that I've made with far more details and different design. Just really improve it fully, entirely for my own purposes, for my own portfolio, which is why the title it says portfolio work. But yeah, year and a half ago, this was an NDA project. So yeah, the time is 10 and 11. So okay, that's pretty much 2 more hours. And given the fact I started off a bit late, like 9 and 10, I believe. How much time I'm streaming right now? Can you guys see? Before I navigate myself here. So what does it says? Where is the... Okay. Okie dokie. Yeah, 40 minutes. So yeah, that will be 12 and 20. Thank you, Turning Cock. So yeah, that will be until 12 o'clock and 20 minutes. I'm trying to find a way on how I can put countdown watch. So that might be detrimental for my viewers, because they would see, oh, he's finishing in 5 minutes, no point in watching that. But I don't care. I just want to be like structured. just to know that I can see in there, to keep reminding me. Okay, now how to approach this? Maybe I shouldn't overthink it that much. Just yeah, I'll just do that. This in there. This whole structure, I'll just move it completely all together like that, or I won't. That's pretty much nice already as it is, so I'll just try and now which one is correct? Is it one or the other? Okay, let's not open ourselves too much job here, so delete that. Wrong button. Okay, so this in here, I need it to be flat like that, so it will go a bit backwards if I put it there. So come on, I hate when that happens. Yeah, something like that. So now just drag it over there. And I'll have these follow those lines. Come on. Sometimes trying to be, you know, faster, I'm actually slower. I'm missing buttons, missing commands. Occasionally the software will crash and you'll be back with work. Like 3 hours of work will be gone. So for anyone out there wondering, yeah, you really have to have some nerves. If you don't have, it will be difficult. It goes without saying, you really have to love what you're doing, otherwise. Now that's much cleaner, right? Look at that. Now it's working perfectly well. We'll clean it up the normals later on in a moment, but first this thing. Working on the Ford 34 Legend that I recently made visualization for it in Unreal Engine for the purpose of promoting the shops that I'm just starting off right now. They're nothing meaningful, you know, nothing that of substance, although I'm selling the whole car over there. It's I realized the mechanical parts really should feel like mechanical parts. That is, they have to be, you know, with all those sharp points. If they have such, they should be rather made like that. No way around. Otherwise, I don't believe they will look as good. The whole work, it's like you'll never be good at it. You just might as well start doing it and learn on the way, because if you wait until you're good, you'll never be. You will never be. You see how the whole normal there changed once we gave it a bit more structure. Now, what I'll try to do is, actually first I have to soften them. Yeah, it's already looking much better. Look at that, it's flat. So that's already, like I've said, much better. Let's merge these with this, like that. It's not gonna be rigged. It's not gonna be of any kind animated or anything really whatsoever. So there is no really any point in wasting all this geometry like I'm just doing. So just rather, it's better if you cut it. So maybe I can add an edge lower there, so to have some, yeah, just like that. This is not right, so instead of that, what I'll do is I'll have a bevel, and here as well, and with this as well. That's not big, so let's have it 5. Edge flow won't solve it, or it will. Sorry guys, actually, yeah, so let me guys just catch up with some of the chats here. So not just Henry Cavill, by the way, many more people play games and it's been proven to help brain to be stimulated, says Clara. I'm more of an tech artist than a programmer developer though, but learning blueprints lately to try and get something together. Still fresh out of the job and only in planning mode for my game effort. Blueprints, if you're referring to Unreal Engine, I would like to touch on that as well because I'm very much curious into how they work. I mean, all the connections and commands you give them, it's pretty much straightforward, but if you know how they work, it would be. For me, I'm just like on Mars. Like you would have put me on Mars, I want to say. Running into some small struggles, Turning Cog says, working outside my normal art style, but that's all normal for set building. Yeah, but it was looking good. So when you're gonna stream, you play horror games. Vib Veer says, no, please, I'll catch up over time, don't interrupt your flow. You were referring to what I was saying earlier. Okay. Oh, she went. Yeah, if you're still watching, bye-bye. Thank you for joining up on the stream, and we'll catch you on Discord. Catch up on Discord later on. Yeah, saving it's crucial. I still haven't, which is why I will in a moment. Okay, clean up the history first. I had a guy recently trying to kind of make justification for why he hasn't done some things, and oh no. Can anyone say if the live stream is still back? Because just now I realized that the stream has been down. Okay, something. It will be just better if I do that instead than trying to fix the details. Is the stream back? Is all working good? Anyone? Back. Maybe stuck. Yeah, I believe the chat might be stuck because I just now read some more messages. I mean, the OBS, I guess it's not working properly. Because I just now read that Turning Cock earlier wrote also that he changed up my Blender to have similar viewport navigation to Unreal, so it should be quicker. And then there is another message from Biba Man, but I don't know why these messages don't go through. And I'm just seeing them right now, over here right now. But if I actually watch, yeah, that's on the stream chat. The multi-chat is not working. So what I'm trying to do, guys, is watch on the multi-stream because I'm trying to, I want to answer to everyone, regardless, you know, here or there, this or that platform. But apparently that's not working well. So some of the messages have escaped me. I'm very much sorry for that. Vipveer says your stream back, but your chat might be stuck. Yeah, it happens to me also, skipping chat if internet goes down momentarily. I'm just trying to connect now the dots, the chat. Vipveer mentioned previously to Bibaman. Same here, just as it is again today. How's the bot rig coming along now? Had a good weekend. So you guys know each other. He's making that robot for some time right now, and it's quite good. I'm very much looking forward to see it. The animation. He has made some nice bike animation previously. If I'm correct, Bibaman, you correct me. You want to incorporate that robot onto the bike, right? The bicycle, to be precise. Yes, the bot is for the bicycle, but well, regarding the working time, the bicycle is now more for the bot. Okay. Yeah, this won't work. I wanted to make it simpler, but I think the other way will be always better, at least in this situation. So Yeah, I want to have this imperfection here. So how about we... Ooh, look at that. What a mess. What a mess have I done. Okay, let's clean it up. Jesus. Oh my. I made this myself, right? I mean, maybe sometimes I'm overcomplicating things, not willingly, but accidentally. Come on. Damn, 8 hours. So is this going to be a sub D model for like cool VFX kind of shots or real-time game real ready low poly? Well, actually driving home this morning, I was thinking about that, you know, going back to the stream and what I should build this model towards, you know, really, because for high visualization models you tend to have high poly models, you know, so the normals and the reflections of the car are just better. So I was thinking maybe that I should make like 2 versions of it, not entirely for the entirety of the car. That would be like a year work probably. So for the chassis alone, I believe I will be making like very high poly, and the one that I have right now, the way I go about things doing them, it's I always have in mind that like AAA pipeline that we had in Race Room, whereas you do the details that you believe will be necessary and viewed up front, like very close from the driver's point of view. So for example, the dashboard and all the details on the inside, I tend to give more details, but then I take back on the other parts. Now for the game itself, for which we were making it at the time, that was like 5 years ago, we had to be really mindful of the rest of the geometry. So this what I'm doing right now, it's already too much for that. So I don't believe it can fall in that category of a game ready model, because no game would have a model like with all these details at the back. Now where is the scan, you know? So what you'll see in a sim racing title or a game, it's pretty much this here, and then the rest is like gone, and all of this is just made very low poly with very good texturing. But I don't want to do just that. I want to open it, I want to visualize it, and I don't want to be that low poly. I want to have these details like I have here. Where is, yeah, so I wouldn't say it's, necessarily for game design, for game, ready, but more for, like, let's say, augmented reality or of a kind, where someone would, I don't know, with a VR go around the car and would be able to see all the details. But yeah, I mean, all of this, I don't see why it wouldn't be like very much customized, where you would be able to, remove much of the parts and immediately be on what really matters for a game. I mean, everything is pretty much done up to the standard of how otherwise a 3D model for a game would be, without the LODs, because those are not made, like I've said, for the exterior. For example, this is way too much geometry on the top. It will be cleaned up. I'll be working out on the back to clean it up a bit as well, to simplify the edge flows here, and so on and so on. So, but for me, that's like the easiest part of all, and pretty much the most joyful, where I'm playing with the chassis itself, where you get those silhouettes, visualizations, and all that with simple renderings. But what I'm doing right now, it's probably the hardest part for me personally, because it's part that, as you can see, will not be visible, and still I want, for the sake of the impression it will have once it's made, I want to make it so. I mean, that's what art is. You want to impress people. So it's not that I'm making it, for any project right now. I'm making it for my own, how to say, pleasure. So I want to have like the whole of the car with as much details as possible, that I think it's time-wise, viable to invest, and so on. I have someone going in conversations about lead design on a vehicle, also with vehicles in other on another project. So if they come forward and I have to move on with that, I'm not sure whether I'll be even finishing this car within a year. So, but yeah, that's pretty much a different topic and not what you asked though. But all I'm trying to say is that I really have to be mindful and not waste too much time on, for example, let's say if this has to be game ready, it will take me much more time than otherwise it would for simple visualizations. So that's why I'm tending to make it, to go towards visualizations rather than make it, that purposeful for game design. While I will say once again, while I'm doing this, I have all those kind of guidelines that I will use to work on, to implement on this vehicle. Except now there is no one to tell me this car has to be only 250,000 polygons, but I can make it up to 1,000,000. But up to 1,000,000 in regards of the details that I can invest into implementing into the model. Whereas in the models that we've been working for a game, you would not have the engine, or you would have like just a block out of the engine and just some textures roughly put on it. In here I'm just making the whole suspension on the front, and the front suspension, and the rear suspension, and the rear details engine, which are really pointless for a game. They won't be ever seen. So yeah, that is, I mean, I probably went a bit, talked too much about it, but anyway. So I was basically doing real-time simulator, hard surface mod. Wait a sec. Real-time simulator, what that means? Okay, this is very cool. I was basically doing real-time simulator hard surface modeling for the last 3 years at the job and doing similar kind of stuff, but for jet aircraft, helicopters, jet engines, and cockpits, etc. That's some kind of projects I have. It has landed this morning on my desk as well about aircraft, but we'll see what happens. Well, actually, one of the simulators I worked on was for training maintenance specialists like jet engine mechanics and stuff, so we actually had to make each and every single detail inside out real time, including nuts and bolts. That's really cool. I would love to see that if that's possible, if it's not like highly NDA, covered, which I assume it is. But that's very cool. That's very cool, man. That's very cool. I love that. I would love those details. Yeah, sure. Feel free to share the link. I can show it here on the second monitor that I have. I'm sure people would love to see it. Anyone, guys, feel free. You're welcome. If anyone wants to share your work, I'm not showing this now to. I mean, not many people are watching right now. Like in total, 7, 8 combined across all 3 platforms. But anyway, heck, why not? If you wanna showcase your work, feel free to do so. Oh my God! Look at this, guys. I mean, yeah, you already. I'm guessing you're seeing it. Jesus Christ! Look at that. Yeah, I'll have these number of cables on my engine as well. I'm planning on also getting one plug-in, so for the cables for Maya, and I would like to have more cables to make it, look more impressive, like this is looking right now. And what I like a lot is the mechanical shapes of these elements in here. You can tell, they're like uniquely as they should be. Right? Look at that there. That's okay. This piece in here. It's looking great, man. Veer, awesome job, man. Awesome job. I'll just let it be here actually for some time. Jet engine. Can I zoom out? Yeah. So there it is. Hat off, man. Nice work. Great work, I'd say. It looks cool. Looks very good. Among the brainstorming I had this morning, like I've mentioned previously, thinking on how I should approach the model, how I should proceed, and so on and so on, I was thinking on how much would I be able to achieve if I spent 3 hours a day, every day since November till now. I'm sure much more than I did right now so far, so that's why I'll be trying to hold myself to that standard of streaming 3 hours a day, and those 3 hours would be every day pretty much in the morning, like now. I'll really try to be organized, disciplined actually, for all those people that have previously subscribed and supported me with this. I want to, in that, in regards to that, or say in their name, to just try and for them to try and be more, disciplined, to stick with that plan and just see this model through. I really want to make it. It's a model that I am very proud of to have made. It's been made within one month. The actual model that I have made is without the engine, without the front suspension, without the details of the front and the rear wheel suspension, not only the front end and the rear end, and with different kind of details, because it had to be authentically made according a vehicle. This is the same vehicle actually that has been race worn, was part of Le Mans 1988. It finished I believe 7th place, and the car has been apparently bought on auction for around $3 million. And for the company that I've been working as a contractor, not employed, their client was that person that has owned this car, a person that has paid $3 million for this vehicle. So that's how I came into play of visualizing that car among other 5, with another team of 5-6 people working on all kinds of different cars. Sorry for that, guys, something clicked beneath. So yeah, I made that within 1 month, but now it's entirely different thing, this one. So I just want to see it finished. We got that engine down to about 350k, thousands of trees to make it run on the VR at 90 FPS. Well, the 8 hours were well spent, I think. The hip mechanics now also react like a charm to spine bending, leg movement, and main hip controller. Let's share Biba's work. He's doing some tremendous work, guys. Where it went? Why I have some of this how to turn off this commercial? Yeah. Rather like this. That's super cool, man. Biba, man. Oh my. Look at that. All those. That looks dope. That looks really sick. I think that cockpit was around 200k trace. Hell, chandelier I made is damn near 300,000 trace. So the details pop. That's incredible efficiency. Okay, Biba, sorry for that, man. From this point onwards, whatever you share, I'll never show it on the stream unless you tell me to. I respect that. I just thought there is nothing bad about it, because you already shared the link. But yeah, I'm sorry for that. Turning Cock says, but that's straight geo and couple simple materials. Let me. Oh, so there is a link. Yeah. From this point onwards, I won't share anyone's work unless you tell me that it's okay to share the work. I don't want to offend anyone or do something that's probably not. My reasoning is that once you're sharing the link, I assume anyone can click on it, and that it's completely fine to share it. But if you want to share it on the stream, for me to share it on the stream, I understand completely. running on nanites real time. Oh, nanites, I hate them in Unreal Engine. Just a moment. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for that. Biba says you can show it, of course. I just meant the first 3-4 seconds it wasn't on stream because of the adverts. Oh yeah, I mean the adverts are really. I wouldn't curse on the stream, but you know what I mean of it. Anyway, so. I would not have shared the link if it wasn't okay to share. Yeah. Thank you guys. No, but still, I mean, you know, with there might be a difference still because with a link, it will be gone once the stream will be finished, right? But if I show it on the stream and if I decided that I'm gonna post it somewhere, and that as well, what I've shown, you know, maybe it's gonna be seen by people that it shouldn't be if it's under NDA, this and that. So I can understand. I can understand completely. So what I'll do in here, it's actually just I'll try to improvise. Come on. Yeah, like no. Did I select the wrong one? Yeah, I did. I'll have it like that, and maybe I'll just run a texture off, but that would be quite tricky. Also, maybe just delete. Recently I made a video that I put on YouTube, and I was about showcasing how we've dealt with welding pipes and circular shapes, for example, like this or this kind. So you will have to weld them, and you will have to make them look nice, right? So the geometry would be, there will be a bevel around it. You can select the bevel easily. You can move the bevel easily if you want. You would have to get nice control of it. And you know, to have the flow of the quads. So I posted on Reddit, and one guy comes in and he's bashing me like that's not the proper way to do it, this and that, blah blah blah. And I'm showing in Maya, he's showing it in Blender. First thing, it's entirely different software, although for sure the same things that you can do here and there, it's, you know, vice versa. The way 3D works, it's the same. But nevertheless, it was in Maya. So he's showcasing some kind of work that he's done in Blender, and that pipes would be only welded if they're like straight and on the same number of geometry. And of course, I mean, I wasn't trying to tell him like this is the only way how pipes are welded, but just one of the way. So Whereas he went like, no, this is the only way and this is the only proper way how they're welded, blah blah blah. And he goes on to show that he has like obviously these pipes like that, but all the edges that go from the horizontal pipe into the vertical one, they're like continuing on the back, and they're not welded. They're not, like disposed of. So to be mindful of the waste of geometry you have on surface that is already flat. Like there is nothing on behind for no purpose whatsoever. He had left like probably 16 of quads just hanging in the air for nothing. And maybe I have like this, for example. I don't know. Give me any example. I'm sure I have, on this model, like how you wouldn't. But still, when it comes to simple thing like that and welding things like that, it's pretty fair that you would just relatively try to close to merge the closest points of the circles. Whereas on the sides of those circles, where near the point where they cross each other, you would put another edge, so to hold that structure to be really cylindrical properly, like full circle, so it's not deformed. And okay, anyway, long story short, he had his own opinion. He started calling me names and this and that, and I mean, I don't even know what my point was. It's like, I don't understand these people that, they believe that this is the only way and that's how it must be done and everything else is wrong. And this software is better than that, like it's bull. So, and anyway, probably what I was trying to say is that if I gave him probably right now for him to make this, he would be stuck. He wouldn't know how to merge these two shapes because all he knows is how to merge pipes in perfect conditions. That is, to have them under equal number all the time, and that's it. So that's why people who are doing models with kit bash, this and that, they always say, whatever you do, yeah, use the plugins and so on, but do so once you can be sure that you can navigate yourself around that, workflow on how 3D probably should be done, as a beginner, or, like walking through it, how you would actually have to make it without any plugins, without the help of any plugins. I'm not saying that he did it with plugins, but the way he was reasoning about it, it didn't work. But like Turning Cock says, I try not to fight with nerds on forums, but yeah, me neither. I mean, I wasn't fighting or anything or arguing. I was just trying to, bring sense to the conversation, trying to stay not professional because I didn't have any need to, but just I did not want to call him names as well. And he went on with the notion of, yeah, continue doing shitty videos, this and that. I'm like, okay, dude, okay. Uh, I want to read Vipveer. So he says, well, in production, hey Calvin, hi there, mate. This is just upset because he uses Blender and not Houdini. Yeah, I would like to learn Houdini as well, but it's pretty tricky. Well, in production, Vipveer says, environments, I noticed that if you have a high poly to bake, with the hard surface object is never going to deform and the bake looks fine and the poly count is under the limit, then whatever topology goes. Hey, fake pivot, hi there, man. Okay, guys, it seems like you're turning up all. Nice to see you all here. Once I was in Blender forum, this dude, forum, I suspect you wanna say, this dude was calling error word for anyone using Maya for modeling, etc. Sometimes I think these models are just people. Sorry, these people are just 12 years old and never once worked in the industry. In your world, that would never hold under load. Yeah. Hi, Kelvin. Now let me set up here. Can you hear me? I cannot hear you. I have Kelvin here, guys, on streaming like collaboration, but I cannot hear him yet. Kelvin, I don't know if you can hear me. Your mic, it says it's not set, so Vipveer, right now I just see your introduction on my Discord channel and well done, man. That's what I love when someone joins the channel. I very much hope that they would introduce themselves and I can just get to know more and pretty much just connect in a better way with people, knowing what they do. It's great. Thank you for doing it. Right now I won't read it, but once I finish the stream, which will be like in an hour and a half, I'll surely go back to it to really read it carefully. Anyway, Kelvin, I cannot hear you, man. Maybe you're making a coffee, so why I keep shouting at you, calling you, but I'm sure you'll notice when you get back. Now this model here doesn't have like this tiny of piping in between, but what I'll just try in here is just make it smaller, so there is some kind of you see, like that. It looks very nice to me, at least. Now I'll just delete the ends, we don't need them. This is flipped. Now the normals are not fine. I just need to, yeah, now it's better. Also, what I realize is that every model that I make, or anyone is making in Maya, guys, please export OBJ's OBJ format of your work elsewhere. The moment you do it, like not tomorrow, not any other day, just today, if you work on something, export it as OBJ. Because recently I've went back on the 434 legend. For anyone who is not aware, I'm just gonna promote myself here for a moment and share it on the stream of something that I've done. So while doing it, I noticed that half of the geometry has been broken, so I had to go and redo it again. Not entirely, I just really had to work the UV map all over again, had to fix some issues with it, and so on and so on. That and on several parts of the car itself. So if I had the OBJs like I have with this Porsche car, I'm sure I wouldn't have wasted like a week in trying to sort that out. So it's a small thing, but it can make a very big difference. Now for those working in Blender, I have no idea how that works. So Calvin, I'm accepting this for a second time. I hope it works now. Audio output. Okay, that's fine on my end. The microphone, it's also the right one, so it should work. But I still cannot hear you, mate. I'll write you on Discord in a moment. Where are you? Where are you? Networking. I'll just write it here. No, general. Better. And I'm very glad for the people that joined today. Like, it's very nice to have met you, Vivir. I don't know your, I don't know how else to call you. Sorry. Okay, so it says that Kelvin is logged in, but I cannot hear him. Yep, here it's on my on my speakers and so on, but for some reason I cannot hear him. Input device, it's my microphone. Output device, control audio via streaming software. Desktop audio recommended. Mute browser sources. This allows you to capture audio through the desktop mix without experiencing echo issues. Control. Kelvin, can you say something right now? Because I think I changed something on my end here. Do not share your browser source your URLs. What is this? Audio output. I have what is recommended. Kelvin, you know what? Let's join up on the chat of live stream on Discord. Yeah. I think that would be the best, and we can still hold together on the stream, you know, like streaming together, but we'll be speaking through the Discord live stream. Yeah, I'll be waiting you there. Multi-stream. Multi-stream currently only supports Twitch. Okay, stream 1. So what should I write in here? Now I'm showing stuff here, but I'm not sure even if I have, if I can, you know, maybe. That's interesting. That's interesting. But now I can hear myself twice. Jesus, man, your desktop, you have thousands of apps of files. Now I can hear you, but I'm hearing myself twice.
Taking a commercial break, dude. Pretty sure you can hear me though.
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Yeah, man.
What's up, Kelvin?
The desktop is a dumping ground, actually. I don't. Yeah.
Commercial break. What the?
Clean it up because none of this means anything. So eventually I'll get bored and tired, and then I'll delete it. Let's have a look. I need to fix my camera shit first. What's going on with this? Video? Podcast? Oh wait, hang on. Oh, that's why.
What? What did you notice?
Thank you for following whoever that was. I can't see. Who's that? It was a Viver.
Ah, Vivier,
Hey
yeah.
man, what's up? Can you hear me?
Me? You? Me? Yes, I can. Me? You?
I think there's a delay because you're watching it on my stream. So I think this is only good for people who want to watch.
Yeah, that's why I suggest that if you want to join on Discord.
I only recommend it for talking.
Yeah.
Sort of me and you.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned that it would be better to go on Discord live stream channel.
But I think we do this on Discord. We talk on Discord.
Yeah.
And then the people watch here.
Yeah. That's why I joined there, so I'll be waiting if you want to. Yeah, feel free to join. There you are. There you are.
See.
Now it's much better.
Alright. Is that coming up?
Let people watch whatever they want to watch, you know, whether here, there, or the multi-stream, whatever that works, however that works. But for me to hear you and vice versa, this is better. Yeah.
Yeah, like this is so much better because it even comes up with the chat as well.
Yep.
So like, it's really nice. We can do Q&A right now. How cool is that?
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. My desktop's like messy, so it's messy because there's a project, right? So like the way that I look at it, I don't know about you. Oh, wait, no. I need to look at it. Alt tab real quick. Let me see your shit. Let me see if it's comparable. Let me see her desktop.
My desktop.
Because, yeah, Alt tab real quick. I want to see this shit. Well, I fix this webcam. Yeah, see, that's not like, I'm not gonna, look, how am I gonna say this in a polite way? You know, like, you know a lot of stuff that I don't know, clearly, about cars and automotive and whatever the fuck. But in the history of, like, learning, right, your office and your desk is always messy. It's always messy because, like, that's that brain is working hard. If you know, so when I see your messy, you don't have mess on your desktop. It kind of looks like you have too much time to worry about it. You know what I mean? Like,
I get you.
Like, you read all of this Einstein, Steve Jobs, Edison. Like, you look at all the photographs from before. They always have a messy desk. You know, like Tesla. Not the Tesla. The Nicholas Tesla. You see the photo of that?
Yeah.
Messy table. Fucking, you know, that crazy Facebook programmer. You know, or like Mark Zuckerberg when he was young. Fucking messy table. Everyone, all the geniuses we know today, all the legends, messy fucking table every day. And there's always like a saying, you know, they always say that what, you know, a messy man's office is a busy man's brain, or busy man's head, or some shit. So, yeah.
That's
Maybe
interesting
that
way
shouldn't
to
be
look
so
at
easy
things.
after all, you know?
That's an interesting way to look at things.
It is. My desktop specifically, actually, it's just crap. Like that you would leave on your desk. Like this, like material, OBJ1, low, fucking, you know, the stupid shit that's like not renamed properly. Like all of that just belongs on the desktop. So like.
For that, I
everything's
have.
already saved.
Yeah, but for
It's just
that,
ready for me to look.
for that, I only have like this folder. You see that?
Yeah.
So all of that, it's there. I just drag and drop it there.
You know what's crazy? Yeah, but you know what's crazy? It's more risky leaving just one item. Like, cause I've had like.
I understand what you're trying to say, but I just remember myself not to ever delete it. So
Yeah, but you might slip up. And I used to be like that too. But I changed. I went back to the old way of thinking because, you know, there's so many people like, I'm gonna clean my desktop because it's too distracting.
but no, man, I'm not judging you. I mean, I'm just
I gotta do it
joking.
like this, bro. I gotta do it like this. So, switch the don't switch device. Okay, so I hope this works. Let me see if this works. I'm so excited to let you, because I have been actually changing my stream, to be honest. Okay, alright, here we go. Let me see. I think it's this one.
Hello? Yeah. Can you hear that? Okay.
That's cool, man.
Alright.
How?
So you gotta keep a nice clean desktop. Cause
What's that?
your brain doesn't function with a lot of mess, so it's very hard to do greedy.
What's
I
that?
always like, it's a voice changer.
Um,
And then so like,
what's the app?
It's like, oh, well, we gotta, it's called Voice Mod. It's integrated into
I want to get that
Streamlabs.
helium voice.
I'll invite you.
I want to get that.
Apparently I get some cool shit if I invite people. So that's kind of cool.
That's great.
Where are you? Actually, I'm gonna put it in here for everybody to see.
Yep. Feel free to do so, man.
Where's the general chatter? There you go. That's for everybody. But anyway, it's just like, you know, they're just gonna complain and then say like, oh, you can't focus on 3D. You know, your brain is not gonna like comprehend because you got too much shit.
Who's saying that?
And whatever the fuck. Just in general, like when you learn shit, like doesn't matter what it is, photography, fucking accounting, whatever the fuck. Like, you know, there's always those people that say that one.
I kind of get what your point is, and I agree with it. Earlier in the stream.
You should be forced to
Yeah.
do it, but there is some sort of psychological aspect to it.
Yeah, just like earlier in the stream, I mentioned about people who are having stereotypes about people who play games. Like, what the hell? You know, like it doesn't mean that they're like clueless or this and that. On the contrary, they have, I would say, developed far more skills than people who haven't played the games.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, 100%. And it's just like really weird, to be honest. You know?
We have
I'll
guests.
tell you what happens though.
We have guests. It's Claudio.
Who's this?
It's Claudio, a fellow material artist.
What's up?
I'm streaming.
What's up?
Claudio is streaming. Sorry, Claudio. Kelvin is streaming as well. We are collaborating.
Hopefully for not 8 hours this time. That was crazy.
I'll say it. I'm just streaming for the next hour, and that's that. Tomorrow the same.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, because I noticed, not noticed, but realized that you know, I'm not effective if I stream more. When I began, a friend of mine told me, you know, streaming it's not easy. You have to keep on, you know, with schedules, this and that, and then I wasn't seeing it that way. But I got some projects.
That's weird. Like,
I got some
I
projects.
feel-
I got some projects, so I just couldn't go back to it, you know. But if I have like a structured schedule, no matter how many projects I have, no matter what I'm doing, if I say to myself and to everyone else who is concerned about what I'm doing and want to see me, follow me on this journey, you know, on developing these vehicles, not to sound too much poetical about it, is if I stream every day for only 3 hours, that's that, like 9 a.m., 12 a.m., that's it. Then I can do whatever I want, you know. I don't have to stream for 8 hours and feel like it's overwhelming that I have to do this like the whole day, and then, you know, step out of it and be like tired and all that, and then the next day for 8 hours again. So I was thinking like that, but I realized it's not good. At least for me, it's not good.
I agree with Dushko, because streaming still takes your attention. You have to put energy into what you're saying, into what you're doing at the same time. It's not as easy as just putting your stream on and just letting it be, because people will not just stay there to watch you. They want to be entertained, which takes a lot of effort.
Entertain. You call this industry entertaining? Get the fuck out of here. People need to see absolute silence. They need to see grind. They need to see fucking isolation. That's what all of this is about. If you want to get good, you need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Just for a little bit.
That
You know
too.
what I mean? I live in the chat. I don't give a fuck if people like in the chat or not. I'm just gonna still make some shit, and then I'll be like, oh shit, I got 23 followers today. Where'd I get those from? And I'm still in denial, because that's always, you know, when you're an artist, you're always in denial.
I understand your point as well.
Realize.
I understand your point as well, but it's somewhere in between, right? So it's more for myself. I'm gonna say it, you know, out loud. It's more for myself, my own sanity, and my own, how to say, organization of to better organize literally my time. Because like I've said, it's not about whether people will be, I mean, that's part of it, what Claudio says as well, but I worked for the last time I worked, I'll just say it straight with the facts. The last time I worked on this car, on this model for myself, was late November. Now we are 17th of February and just now I'm touching on it. Why? That's my fault, but why? Well, I had a lot of projects. I want to, you know, go around, play games and whatnot. But what if I did 3 hours only per day? 3 hours per day. So I can do whatever I want later on, you know? I would have been far deeper into the phase of competition this. That's where my point is. So I'm not saying whether people should be entertained or not. I agree and 100% with you, Claudio, because not Claudio, sorry, Kelvin, on the matter that you mentioned that people should not really be entertained, but they should see the grinding and all that. Because I don't feel myself as some kind of entertainer, but what I'm doing is I consider myself to be, you know, like isolated and grinding, like what you just mentioned. But also, I believe
It's kind of a little fake as well, because if you're like, because I worked in entertainment before with cameras and broadcasting, so, you know, like, for me to say this is the absolute truth, like, when you're in front of a camera, you have to fucking fake. You have to fake your emotion and pretend not to go jump out of the bucket.
it depends. It depends. I'll say it depends.
Like, oh, hi everybody, we're doing 3D today.
It depends.
Episode, you know, so like you have to like make a script in your mind.
That's unique.
Like shit.
That's unique to people, I would say. I don't believe they're all like that. For example, you have Nimlot. He wouldn't care. You know what I mean? So.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not saying I have anything against Nimlot either. What I'm saying is, you know, people get that as some sort of intimidated. They get it.
Yeah. Anyway, it's quite tricky.
I don't want to go near Nimlot because it's fucking scary. I don't want to watch him. But then they go watch some fucking stupid kid like, what's his name? Jack Doherty or some fucking stupid YouTuber.
I just admire people who are working, that's it.
Instead. Yeah. Like, it's working is the best. Like,
Claudio?
I'll probably do it anyway, to be honest. I don't even turn the camera on. I'm just doing it.
Claudio, are you streaming still?
Not regularly, no.
Yeah.
Just joining Discord and stream on Discord,
Ah,
but not
I see.
on Twitch.
Business word.
Kelvin,
Yeah.
Claudio is the guy that I mentioned to you about that he's into materials as well. I believe, Claudio, correct me if I'm not wrong, that you're like, you want to make that your specialty, right?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. That is my specialism. I would love to have a job in the industry as a material artist.
Me too. I see that with
Are you a
see that
member
with Absolute Delight.
server?
Yeah, I mean that shit's over, yeah.
FMA? Future Material Artists?
I think so. Yeah. I haven't posted in there as much, but I did tell everybody that my store opened. Why is this
The reason I
why is this
mentioned
technology?
is because they have lots of lessons and lots of materials and tutorials and lessons and whatnot, challenges that you can definitely get better at materials if you put the time in.
I need more automation. That's what I need.
Download Materialize.
Wait, is that program I used to use back in the day?
Probably.
Probably is. Yeah, I shifted away from that.
Why?
It's a bit old, and I needed to adapt.
Oh, and you might want to use the Substance alternative, which is paid, unfortunately. Substance, what's it called? Can't remember.
Oh, you can say it. You remember? There, it's working. I don't know why why is it lagging as fuck? I'm just gonna like. I guess I'm just not gonna use my camera today. Oh well.
I have like separated.
Yeah, I use Substance. I use Substance Suite. And
Oh yeah, Sampler. That's the name.
yeah. I use all of it. I go sampler. Yeah, I'm pretty involved actually. I don't know where to start, but I can tell you that I've been using material authoring for a while now.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I think, bro. Like, I think, like, you can't get good unless you be you. You know what I mean? Like, you can't. I think you can't get good at streaming unless you be you. Or you can get good, fake it for fucking 12 years, you know, and then get depressed like all those other celebrities because you didn't get to be you. That's weird because like sometimes you see that on the Twitch people, you know, they're like really successful, and then you just hear a really horrible story that they just fucking killed themselves because they couldn't take it anymore or whatever the fuck.
For myself, it's kind of finding motivation to do what I do right now, because if I'm not charging for, you know, working for clients.
To come on stream unless you're online, you know. I was like, oh shit, that shit's online. All right, get the fuck off the couch. You know, it's already late for me, so it makes sense for me to like kick back and chill. But yeah, no, if I see someone working who I like talking to, I'll just start the stream right away.
Yeah. for me it's quite, you know, right now
It's
in
therapeutic.
this phase where I am right now, it's I kind of hardly push myself to do these kind of things unless it's for work for a client, because I assume I already have too much work with clients that I want to, you know, use my time somehow, you know, differently, not still doing some 3D, but
Yeah.
obviously I have to improve, and one way of having that filmed, and as you notice already, I want to have it organized and have it like make how to pronounce it,
Document.
logged in, you know, like have it logged,
Yeah, you want
of
to document it.
documented. Thank you very much. Wow, I couldn't thought of documented the word. Jesus. So anyway, I want to have it like that,
No,
and
no, you want to say authoring. More
Yeah.
bibliography. Autobiography. Oh my gosh. You know.
yeah, not probably to that extent, but anyway, you get my what you get what my point is. So it's easier for me that way, where
Yeah.
I have it. You know, I know now. For example, if I want to do something, I know how much time it would take me because I already done the hours, right? So
Yeah.
I'm sure that not many people can say how much time it would take them to make something, because they have no clue. Because not that they don't have, is that they just don't think of it. You know, they just do things, and before any long, you turn back and you see, oh my, I've been working half a year on this, right? So, sometime a client would come.
Dude, I looked at one in an old stream, man, because I have everything locked. I've been broadcasting my Twitch, my 3D, for 8 years now. And I was like, fuck, that looked like shit.
Exactly.
You know, you come a long way. Like, you can work fucking 8, 10, 15 years. It's a lot of hours, man. Even the most dog shit fucking piece of project you work that just sits on your USB stick, never sees the light of day. That probably took like 4 or 5 months, and you were so proud of it at the time. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so proud of this character. It's so cool, man.
I'm actually, to some extent, thinking that for my 434 Legend. At least I did once I went back to try it, clean it up before I put it on the shop. I realized the whole chassis was not properly. I mean, it was properly made, but once I exported the FBX file, I noticed that it got you know, damaged. Like all the normals broke out and whatnot. So I had to kind of remake the chassis, not entirely, just obviously to connect some dots and make it work again. But it took me a day. So yeah.
That's why you gotta have more desktop icons, just in case.
Yeah.
Because maybe one of those backups is in one of those other shitty folders that you forgot to finalize. That's what going back to that desktop shit. It's true. You don't want to delete the whole folder with everything in it. Oh my god, that's a fucking... Dude, you're gonna give me fucking nightmares. You better at least make a little bit of mess on your desktop. At least. Just put like a couple of pictures or empty folders or something. Like, you working with that desktop scares the shit out of me, man. Like, one folder? Dude. You're
No.
diabolical.
I have like many folders.
For a fucking...
I have like many folders,
Give me a
but
fucking aneurysm
I have
saying
like
that shit.
I have many folders, except they're just not on the desktop. There I have like external drive, and I have a backup as well
Alright.
on cloud, and that's where all the work is. And then it's separated like clients, these clients, that clients, then my 3D models, then what kind of models into subfolders,
Okay.
to the level of like, this is unnecessary, you know, like just drop all your models in one folder and that's that. But I have it like that, except I don't.
If you can see my look at my Twitch, right?
Just a moment.
So you can if you go ahead and right click on your desktop, and then you go to view, and then there's like a little option here that says show desktop icon.
Wait a sec, I'm kind of lost
Everything
here.
disappears.
Yeah, multi-stream. Where's the link? There it is. Yeah, can you show me again, please?
Yeah. So like, there's my mess, and like. like, you just kind of think about it like it's an on and off switch, right?
Yeah.
So you're just like, you know what? I just want to like try to figure something out today, and I don't want to look and be overwhelmed. Go to this option here, click it, and then everything just disappears.
Yeah. I had it like that with the Steam fences,
They're done.
and it gave me problems. With the Steam
I
fences,
like it too because, you know, it forces you to go into the start menu or into here, right? So like the only way to see the desktop icons is to go into the Explorer window, and then you can see it, right? So, and it's kind of good too because if you want to like snap that across, you know, and then put another window here, you can immediately start, you know, doing data management without having to alt tab anytime. And you can always see your nice wallpaper. So I think it's kind of nice, that feature, and I really love it too much. I'm gonna change it to this one. Yeah, so good. Yeah. See, sometimes the people are like, oh, what's Calvin streaming today? He never goes and show his work. Yeah, because it's secret. You know. I'm gonna show you my stupid shit on my PC. My wallpaper. Phil. There we are. That's nice. There we are. That's sick. Okay. I also used to do gaming on my PC too, but bought a PS5, so suck a dick. Apparently PS6 is coming out in 2029, 2030, more or less. Look at that.
There are still chips available, that is.
What, also the... Oh yeah, that's... Yeah, because of the fucking semiconductor shortage. Yeah, because they had that fire during the lockdown. There was an explosion or something, and the factory burnt down.
Yeah, but not only that, the demand has gone up because of data centers.
AI, fucking computing in general.
Yeah. Apparently, the price of raw materials are also going up. Not just our drive and SD any longer. Even fuel costs more because of the freaking data centers.
Even more reason to die. Let's go! You heard that, everybody?
I don't know, man. I love life. I love life.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I can't wait. I can't wait to be an old man. It's gonna be so fucking funny to me. It's gonna be hilarious. You know, I have to be like this old man complaining about Dash on his Twitch, whatever the fuck Twitch was. You know, when Twitch was relevant, you know. Or, and me and you are gonna be like, hey, oh, remember when Twitch was like cool? You know? Remember when 3D
Be right back, guys. Some shipment has arrived on my door. Have to pick it up. Be right back in line. Yeah, I have no idea. That's my wife doing.
Goddamn.
Just a moment. Yeah, actually, be right back.
don't need to print it yourself. And
I'm back.
Send the file to one of those factories. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get the STL file out of my teeth, printed in steel, and put it on my desk. That's my trophy. How come? Wait, what the fuck? What is? Painter crashing. Probably because I didn't update my driver.
People on Upwork are stupid, but more specifically clients are stupid. I was talking
Yeah.
to you. Huh?
It depends who your client is. If your client's pretty intelligent, not stupid.
There are all kinds of clients.
If they're just like fucking hamburger money to you, yeah, they're pretty funny. That's what I do.
It's good money.
I
It's
have
just
to find a reason for me to go buy a hamburger or to go shopping with my girl. You know, oh honey, do you want to go buy some bullshit for the house? And then she gets excited and she, oh yeah, why? What's the occasion? Oh, I got paid from this stupid client. Oh, cool, let's go. And then she gets it, you know, because like you know, they're pretty stupid. So why not go shopping? Oh, why is this not working? Okay.
Did you guys ever had a client that was offering a lot of money? Were kind of bragging about how expensive something was, and then in the process they weren't willing to pay. For example, I'll say it. I had a client that were developing $3 million warehouse in Texas about some new technology they've been developing and whatnot. They needed visualization before the warehouse is being built. I told them it's gonna take from 20 to 40 hours. So they knew upfront how much time roughly it would take. I told them the price hourly, how much it would be, how much I charge. And then I spent like 35 hours and he was bothered why I have spent 35 hours. And I'm like, are you seriously bothering about that much amount of money? I mean, it wasn't much considering, what he mentioned, how much it cost. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, What I realize is that probably the people that have more money are having those money, or at least some portion of people are having those money because they're like trying to squeeze every single dollar, everything,
I think they panic a lot because their interest is high. That's what it is. Oh, if I don't get this model from Dash, I won't be able to do this on time. I won't be able to pay this. And then my wife is going to get upset at me. And then we got the thing for the bills and the kids. And then, oh my God, I'm always...
Speaking of wives, I always say to clients, well...
That's what they do.
I always say them...
They get upset because they think it's easy.
I always tell them the same thing. You'll have to forgive me, but my wife wants a Gucci bag.
Oh yeah, I'll fucking give her one. You got the 3D money, man. The rich money. Apparently this industry's easy. Oh, Dash, I really want to be a 3D artist. Can you inspire me, man? Please inspire me.
You're the only person on this planet that calls me douche.
Dash? Man, Dash?
Dushko.
Dash.
You can call me Dux or something like that.
Dukes.
Duke.
I'll call you Dookie. Dookie.
That's okay.
Dookie. Dookie.
Dookie
Yeah.
man.
Not Dookie.
Dookster.
No, Dookie is like poo-poo. Shit.
Oh, is it? Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah. I'll call you Duke. Duke. No,
Duke?
Duke.
They call me Dula, they call me Dutsi, they call me Dushko, they call me Duke, they call me Dux. Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
I've heard everything.
Can you inspire me? Please inspire me. I want to be a 3D artist. I want to,
Ready to
tell me
give
how
up.
you work your magic.
your time, your everything. If you said no to anything, you're not cut out.
You know what the biggest problem in this industry is? Ourselves, the 3D artists. We are selling ourselves short. Kelvin had the opportunity to make one person straightforward, to straighten him up. You know, that was what I wanted to say. Forgive me for my lack of better choice of words. He was trying to sell himself short, you know, like, oh, this is not that big deal, this is a lot of money. No, it's not. It will take you a lot of time. And sure enough, Kelvin, you know what? That the guy came back and told me, hey, Dushko, I cannot do this. I had to sell myself, you know, for more money. Well, yes, you should, but you're at the start, so you'll have to grind a bit to prove yourself, and then you can, you know, you will start thinking like I'm thinking right now. I'm never putting, you know, like the interest in first of all, I always want to, that goes to say, I always want to bring value for the client, but they also have to understand some things are not done overnight, and they cannot be done for this much or that much money. You know,
I wish it was easy. Really wish. Really wish. That's why, like, you know, my family particularly, there's only like a couple of people that really understand, like, this thing, my art, my career. There's like maybe 3 or 4 people. The rest, no. Oh, I think my wife's family gets it, you know, because I'm a new member. You get special privileges if you get married and you get in-laws all of a sudden.
I see where you're going, and it's pretty much the same here.
Yeah, but the rest of like, oh,
Kelvin, my father doesn't know what I'm doing still. Kelvin,
Yeah, you get professional.
my father still doesn't know what I'm doing for a living.
She doesn't know. She thinks I do animation. She's like, oh, you know, he makes cartoons. No, I don't make cartoons. Actually, cartoons sound like much more fun to make. I think she thinks I like work on The Simpsons or something like that. I wish. You know, it's pretty funny, I have to say. To be honest.
Douche, I like that. I mean,
Douche.
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 In Slavic language, dushko is meaning it derives from the meaning of like soul.
Oh.
Yeah, like dusha.
So
That's
so your soul is in your work.
yeah, something like that.
Sure it is.
No, when it comes to cars, definitely it is, man. I'll tell you that.
Like, sorry, man. Like, you know, I've been doing this 3D and this art stuff for a long time, and I can be very like, deliberate. What I'm saying.
I understand that.
Money is weird, man. Money does some weird things to you. I don't mind. As long as I can see ray tracing, the real reflections in my 3D, I'm happy. You know, I was absolutely torn to pieces. I was like, oh, I have to get a new graphics card. I have to see this because this is the new wave. No, that new wave. It stopped. Like ray tracing and everything. It's not exciting anymore. It's already been done. There's nothing else to talk about except for AI. But we do have GTA 6 coming in November. Holy shit.
Let's speak more about the GT6. Is that will be exclusive only to PlayStation? Because I heard you guys talking about PlayStation. I wanted to add on that because I don't see any point in buying PlayStation. I never had. I mean, unless you want to play solely games. I was always kind of a person that I would like to also work on PC, do video editing, this and that. So I can have only a certain budget where I can spend on this or that. So I cannot spend it either on both, like to have both PC and both PlayStation. So for me it was always like PC. So now I'm kind of wanting to hear more from more experienced people like yourself, who I assume you have PC.
Me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Me? Oh, so there's the guy with the tattoos, right? The PlayStation tattoos. He's got PlayStation tattoos.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
Same
No.
Far From Home project. No, I know you do mean it like that because there is no other person that I know me. So, yeah, that's why that Far From Home project exists. No, that's why I got the tattoos. That's why I wear the T-shirt, and that's why I wear the hat.
Me too.
Because I saw 3D on the television for everything. Before it was I went through 8-bit or like fucking cassette tape, video game, all the way through. I experienced the whole entire gen.
Kelvin,
through a
me
television.
and you today, I think we are different today only by the hat. I think yours is black, mine is it's white, but otherwise we are wearing the same outfit.
You know what? I'll tell you something. You know why I wear black a lot?
I love
You
black
ever seen me
color.
wear colored clothes? You haven't seen me on stream wear a color, no?
I haven't put too much of a thought because myself I always worn black colors. I love.
Well, I wear black because people shut up and they stop talking to you if you wear black.
I never thought of it like that.
No, for real. You're not paying attention. You know, you wear a colorful shirt. Oh gosh, what's the occasion? You're so happy to look at you. You look great. Like, just you talk too much. I'm trying to think about my car. I got a model and UV unwrapped tonight, and you're asking me a bunch of personal questions.
I never thought of it like that.
Funeral. You dress like you're dressed black so people don't say anything. You know, they say a little logo on your hat. You know, you can see it. Just a little tiny logo. Oh, that's a cool hat. And then that's it. Conversation over. Back to 3D. Right?
I never thought of it like that. I always wore black because first of all, it makes you look slimmer. Second of all, it's more neutral. You know, for me, it's like I don't know how to express it properly, but it's not. I don't understand it where people wear too colorful things like. Watch me. You know, I want to be in the center of attention. I don't want that. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
I'm wearing black, brown.
I'm the opposite. You know, people dress. You know, like I have a slight personal story, but you know, we get old, so these personal stories become normal actually. But I had to go to a funeral many years ago for someone. One of my friends actually, who passed. I was very young at the time too. I didn't really understand it. She's like, don't wear black when you know, if ever we die or whatever, you know, we shouldn't wear black when we're going to our funerals. I said, why?
Celebrate the life.
No one talks at the funeral. Like, they all just wanna they don't wanna talk to you because they're being sad, and that's okay to be sad, but you know, you should celebrate the person like it's their birthday, because it's weird, don't you think?
Yeah, in our country is like that.
You've got birthdays, you got Christmas, you got all those events, but as soon as there's a funeral, no one wants to talk, no one wants to celebrate, no one wants to. I mean, yeah, I get it. It's sad the person died, right? You know,
I get your point as well. And the same one had Jackie Stewart. If you know who he is, or if you don't, he's a triple F1 champion. He lived through the deadliest of times in F1, and why I mention him is because he has buried over 60 of his close friends who raced in F1 in that time. So he said, I'm used to go more to funerals than anything else, and I cannot see the point in crying and all that. He says, I'm quoting him now, he says, I hate weddings and birthdays and this and that. They have the whole life in front of them, and you have no clue whether someone is going to get divorced or whether this person will achieve anything in life or this and that. But here it is, one of the greatest drivers, he says, in the world. He just died and everyone is crying. Why can't you just celebrate him? So,
Exactly.
you know, it puts kind of it in perspective everything.
I wear color. I wear color on my, on the tragic events that people don't understand. Like, like I'm not here to. I'm not here to please you. If you don't like what I'm about, get the fuck out of my life. So I can focus on my shit. And that's why I wear black. Not because I had like an emo punk era when I was a kid. No, it's absolute. Try it. Try to wear a colorful shirt, man, out in public. Or like to like an event, like a consecutive event you go to. And then wear black the next one, and then you watch the tone shifts. You're like, oh yes, I can think about my texture layout tonight. Nobody's really getting in my mind. At this party, I can just drink this beer and I can just eat these snacks and then get the fuck out of here and then go back on the computer.
I believe it was like you say it was, but again, I'll say it. I never thought of it like that, except for the fact that I don't see myself wearing too colorful things, because I believe they're dragging too much attention. Like I've said earlier, like you need attention. I'm not judging people who wear it; that's their own thing. But I've been judged on the way how I dress, and I would say, not in a arrogant way or too confident way. It's just how I honestly perceive myself. I perceive myself as someone who is dressing very nice. I have my style. I have the clothes I want to wear, and so on and so on. And not necessarily, I think it's it's not belonging into a theater or this and that. I think you understand what I'm trying to say. But still, someone would come over and would say, "Hey man, you're wearing that jacket for 5-6 years." Well, yes, sure I am. It's full leather. It's that much expensive, and it's that good brand, and it's that much good of quality. So I'll wear it for the rest of my life. I don't care if the brand is outdated or this or that. You see what I'm trying to do? Where I'm going with this conversation? It's not that people, or at least myself, I'm speaking only for myself again in this instance. I'm not someone who is trying to chase trends. I might see a leather jacket and I'll be like, okay, that's the one I like, and I'll be wearing that for the occasionally, not every day. But there are people who have to change clothes every single day. Again, that's fine for them, but like I've said, that's fine for them. So I'm not trying to say anything else. But when I do my stuff and someone comes and says, "Hey, I think you should do this or that," go watch your life.
Yeah, I had a debate with my wife about this colorful clothes thingy. And then she's like, "Why do you wear color?" And I gotta do it with the voice mod, it sounds so much funny.
Simple thing I'll mention because I just happened to remember about it. I always was wearing white shoes, white sneakers, right? And I have friends who are just spending a tremendous amount of money on sneakers and all that, and it's something I would never understand. I can understand buying boots, leather boots, and something of value like that will stand for the test of time and whatnot. They're not gonna be damaged. You know what I'm trying to say? But to spend that kind of money on trainers that you would waste like in a year, maybe you do, maybe someone else does it. It doesn't care. It's not important. My friends do it. That's their thing. That's completely fine by me. You can do whatever you want, but don't push that on me, because they have been like, "Hey, how you're wearing all the time white shoes, this and that." Well, from time to time I would like to get something colorful, but that's my thing. I'll do whatever I like. It's not like you must wear colorful shoes. One friend said, "Oh, white color is boring color." To you, to me it's not. To me it's clean. It's pristine to me. It's I will I mean, I can go on rambling on for hours probably on this because obviously I have my own opinion, and it's not just that I have it out of nowhere. It goes back to my childhood and things like that. So I can speak on that, but I would rather just not because I don't think anyone. It's not that interesting, first of all, and it's just about shoes. So why such a big deal, right?
Sure. But yeah, I had the debate with my wife, and she was like, this was like when we were like, kind of in our second year of getting married. And then we like lived together, and she's like, you only ever wear black, babe. And I'm like, yeah, so? You know? You don't like black? just by default, expecting her to like it, right? Like, you know, it's so depressing. And I'm like, why? I like it. Leave me alone. Anyway, I still wear black all the time. Because it's more, you look at it like it's uniform, really. You know, people don't.
And by the way, I don't think it's boring or anything or sad. I believe it's only a choice of color. That's it. I don't know why people make it more than that, you know?
Well, that's my point, right?
Yeah.
If you wear black, people shut up. Nobody talks. Like, oh, hey, Cal, how are you? Yeah, I'm pretty good. How was your week? Yeah, it was alright. Yeah.
Kelly, mate, I gotta say it.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. I'm really, really busy.
I gotta say
That's
it.
the conversation.
Your voice reminds me on one cartoon character from Disney, from Walt Disney, but I don't remember which one. But it does.
Because I got this voice mod. Like this. You know. Yeah, they just complain. They just complain all the time. They complain all the time about things and whatever. Just test it out. I think you know what I mean, but you know, now that I told you and you think you didn't think about it before, but try it. Try to just wear all black, and then the next day wear all color. But see the same person like the next day. You know, you'll see their attitude change.
I'll try.
Like, you know, it's really funny. It's really funny. You know.
What's interesting?
Be like, hey, you want to catch up for coffee this week? And I'm like, yeah, sure, let's go. So you go catch up for coffee. You know, you're wearing black. They have no reason to be distracted. They have no reason to look anywhere else. They're looking at you because there's nothing to look at the t-shirt. There's no logo. There's nothing for them to get distracted by. And then you'll notice they give you more eye contact. You know, it feels more intimate all of a sudden. You start wearing a fucking t-shirt with a Hawaiian, you know, like little fucking trees and like these little tiny decorations on your shirt. Hey, Josh, you're looking really well today. What's changed? Nothing. I'm still doing what I need to do. Why? Why you ask? Oh, I don't know. You just seem like more happy today all of a sudden. Like, and then now you start to realize that the people are now making assumptions. They're making assumptions about you because you're wearing color. You're using a mask. It's like Superman or like Spider-Man when he gets out of the costume. You know, he's still Peter Parker, still Clark Kent, but I think the real costume is actually the person who's not in the costume. You know, the real hero is the person who's not wearing the outfit because they get to blend in with the society. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So if you can blend in and make people talk less about your personal life, then you'll notice that, you know, things get a little bit more thorough. People get they get a little bit weird. You know, they get a bit weird that they're saying things about you that aren't true. Oh, he's an emo. He's just wearing black. No, I'm not. I love my family to bits.
No, I had my fair share of
You
that.
know? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, oh, all he thinks about all day is death. Blah, 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 blah. Always wears black. Do you see him at the party? See how much black he wore the other day? But that's all they can say. They can't say anything about, because their black is like, you know, it's infinite, right? So they just say what they need to say, and then you'll notice that the conversation
I cannot say I've experienced that. Probably because
if you went to parties a lot, or you went to gatherings a lot, like I did, you'd see that. Maybe
no, I
see
have.
more,
But the
I
thing
mentioned
is, I don't think there is difference between people who are wearing just black occasionally and people who are probably emo. Like into that thing. I don't know how else to call it.
I saw an email the other day. I saw a bunch of group TD poppers and like these emo kids and shit. If my wife wasn't there, I would have just yelled out to them, you know, because I used to like dress like that too. But it's not like I think these new kids of today don't know what emo is. They don't know what emo, they don't know what goth, they don't know what that is. If you grew up in the 90s, you knew exactly what it was. Now, it's like, oh, I just want to wear black because I'm different. LGBTQ this, I want to be this, I need to do... No, you don't. Just be a fucking human being, and then don't kill anyone. That's it. Hey, everybody's a skeleton, regardless. It's weird. Emo was so fucking cool back in the day. Like, it was just so, like, now it's like kids are lost. They need direction. You can see that on the street. Like, when you walk down the street, you're like, shit, that kid's got problems, man. Yeah.
Biba man is making a point.
Man, you're ranting about things I never suppose anybody ever is ranting about. Yeah, well, people don't know. That's what I'm saying, Biba. And people don't open up. People don't know how to rant anymore because they got soft.
Yeah, I kind of lost track of.
The other day. She's the best. And I've been speaking to her a lot lately. And she was telling me stuff about the war and a whole bunch of old lady stuff. Like a whole bunch, like she's like fucking, I don't know, 88 or some shit. Like, she's old. And then I said, well, my mom complains a lot. And then she said, how old's your mom? My mom's like, I think she's 76 or something. And then I was like, do you have a message? Maybe I could, if you want to say something, I can pass it to her. And she'll probably believe. Well, she knows. She goes, oh. Well, based what you said, and I think if I was gonna tell your mom something, I would tell her to grow the fuck up. Because she's so young, and she doesn't know what she's complaining about. Or you could be like me, sitting in this chair, in this wheelchair. And so, yeah, valid point. I told my mom that. I was like, hey, Mom, an old lady told me to tell you this. You should grow up. And then my mom got offended. Not in an angry way. It's just like, she knew that the old lady was right all along. But she won't listen to me because I'm young, right? That's what happens. Like, people got soft and there's no, like, sort of discipline. I think, anymore. Sorry if I'm ranting, but I'm trying to get to my point. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you know Biba hasn't heard of, or maybe people don't talk about it because they're too scared, or are gonna get censored, or whatever, something like that. Thanks. Whatever. I don't understand that. It's a weird world, and yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait until I'm 80. I'm gonna be like so fucking angry. It's gonna be the best. It's gonna be, no, think about it. Like, I can be like sort of tame and professional now, but like when I'm 80 and I'm stuck in a home or some shit like that, I can just be like, you know what, fuck you didn't know anything. You and your almond milk and your, you know, like I'm gonna complain a lot about that shit. It's gonna be so funny. I won't have to touch a computer again. Oh, man, that's joy. I don't have to worry about layoffs. I could just, like, look at the birds all day, every day, forever, till I die.
I never heard anyone who wants to get older sooner, man.
I'm not saying that I want to get older sooner. I'm saying I can't wait.
Well, isn't that the same?
Well, yeah, but there's no fucking fast forward button on life. I mean, that'd be kind of cool, though. I'd like that, you know. Skip 10 years of the industry of pain and suffering and then skip to the best part. And then, you know, and then retire. That'd be kind of cool.
If I can ski in my 60s, 70s, I'll say it's the best part. For me, the best part is now and trying to making the most of it, you know. It's interesting you mentioned about the computer thing.
It's just interesting, yeah.
Because the way I see it, I don't think I'll ever stop using computer. Unless it's obsolete, you know. Because I'll forever would like to make these things. So...
yeah.
For me,
for
it's...
sure, man.
I don't know, for me this is pleasure.
No, I don't know how to explain it, but like, just take away your passion just for a little bit, and just think about being old. Think about how awesome that would be to finally say what you need to say without being embarrassed. You know, you got your walking stick. You can hit people in the head with it because you earned that. You got old. You see what I mean? Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you, or no? Like, you're doing this fucking hard shit right now. When you get old, you're like, oh, fuck yeah, now I can throw this phone at the nurse. I'm so excited, let's go. And then you grab the item, and then, come out. Fuck this bitch and her almond milk. Fuck these vegans. I'm over it. No, get out of here. This wasn't around when I was in my teens. This should not exist. You know?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Mixed nuts and fucking lactose milk and shit. Everyone's got like a choice because that's the world we live in now. You know, when you go to a nursing home or something, like relatively soon, and they're still living old people life. When this whole entire generation of old people are gone, it's gonna be a big problem. Everyone's gonna start changing their diet. Oh, I want almond milk. I want vegan eggs. I want vegan chicken. Oh, fucking. Now the chef has a problem to cook. The cook doesn't know how to cook anymore. And then you're just an old guy experiencing this. And yeah, you just get your walking cane and you hit people with it. Because you went through a hard life, you know? Oh, you weren't around when we got laid off. You didn't know how hard it was. And now look at you with your AI bullshit. It's gonna be so good.
I think we are living in a very capitalistic world where, you know, everything is about that. But on what you just mentioned, that we're living in a hard world. I mean, it depends how one is seeing that. For example, if I have to go back like 50 years, we're straight thrown into world wars. We have pandemics, not of the kind like we had with the COVID, but we've had like 50 years previously they had Spanish flu and whatnot. Thousands of millions of people died. In that sense of you know, how it was then and now, I think we are living in the best time possible for us. We have just yesterday I was watching this show from US, 1883, which is like pre-sequel of Yellowstone, amazing show. A couple, you know, they're going up in the rooms above the saloon, and they're showering in like in a bathtub and all that. And at one point he says to this woman, "Well, don't you think that don't you think for a second that I have been carrying all these gallons of water only for you and me to talk in this bathtub?" Because apparently he was, you know, trying to make a move for, you know, something else. And it hit me that back in the day, if they wanted to have a warm bath, they were probably pretty much carrying the water by themselves on the second floor, so to be able to shower with warm water. Today we just have that all at the tip of our fingertips, you know. So I mean, we have all our own difficulties, of course, with the jobs, this and that. That all stays how it is. Like it's valid, you know. But it's just different kind of problem. And yeah, I think each to his own time, because like you just mentioned, I mean, the newer generations, they won't understand. For example, I drove like crazy, I'll tell you that. I mean, if there is anyone who shouldn't speak on the latest events that are happening in our country, which is we got cameras to monitor our driving every single moment we are in a car, because apparently there are so many idiots around killing people with cars, driving like lunatics. Back like 10 years ago, when I was growing up, I would have driven like 100 kilometers an hour across the boulevard of our city. No one in sight, you know, no police or anything like that. There would be occasionally police and something like that, but still, you would have to know what you're doing. And I always said, it's not about driving that fast. It's about the possibility to drive that fast. I'm not endangering anyone. I'm driving that speed in a certain amount of, you know, certain time of the day. Today it's a bit different in our city compared to how it was back then. So we have this safe city camera like a project that is monitoring everything, and you can only drive like 50 kilometers an hour. Anyone who is speeding up higher than that, you get a ticket. So if back in the day we had that, I would understand that, okay, that's the limit, otherwise you get a ticket. I have to drive 50 kilometers an hour, and for me it's no brainer. Today we have that, and I haven't surpassed that speed limit, because if you go quicker than that, you get a ticket. Why I'm saying all of this is because these newer generations, they don't seem to understand that. They think that, oh, I'm just gonna be, you know, I'm gonna rebel against the system. Dude, you're just gonna get a ticket. That's stupid. You see what I'm trying to say? I hope it makes any sense. Is that they don't really think about consequences and the reasons behind things. I'm seeing a guy, he's just stopping and going, and speeding up, slowing down, speeding up again. And you cannot help but think he must have millions in a bank, because what's the alternative? He would have to pay like 5 tickets in a day. That's, I don't know, 1,000 euros, 2,000 euros. Well, if you have that much money to pay for a single day, well, good luck. That's good, but you know, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
No, yeah, it makes sense what you're saying, but I think as well, like, you're missing one important thing as well. People are lack of discipline. That's what it is. That's why people act that way, because There's no structure like it used to be. You know, like it was always like structure before. Like people knew how to behave, because if you didn't behave that way, your old man would get his belt.
Yeah, today,
The shit
please,
out
you
of
cannot be
That's-
doing that, blah blah
You
blah.
can't. It's abuse. Like, no, I mean, I get it. Actually, my mom was pretty soft on me, if you want to consider that soft. Like, there was one kid I knew, I think this was ages ago though. It's like, I'm going back to fucking memory lane when I talked to you about this. It was, his old man was in the war. He fights Normandy, stormed Normandy.
Oh my.
Yeah. And, yeah, his dad was fucking crazy, man. And so, it wasn't an abuse, it was just, well, you can call it PTSD, you can call it whatever the fuck you want to call it, but,
Yeah,
you know. Back in
one
the
doesn't
day,
want to know
like,
that.
That was kind of semi-normal, in a way. You know, like, if you wanted to say abuse, it means you had to kill the kid. Or throw them out onto the road. Or something like that. Something really, really harsh.
I get
Like,
you.
If it was really about the kid, and it was their fault, they absolutely deserved it. You know what I mean? Like, so... he lied to his dad. And then... what was it? I don't remember the exact story, but... I think he lied to his dad about something, or whatever the... and then... I think it was about, like taking money, or like, I don't know, I can't really remember, but all I know as a graphic memory is he got his cigar and then he burnt it on the kid's arm. Like, no problem, you know? Or maybe it was something like, no, I think it was backwards. It was backwards. He also took it like very literal too. Oh yeah, I got the story backwards. That part is the different story to that same kid. So like, he lied to his father about something. I don't know what that something was, but he lied. And so like the idea is, because I didn't hear it, and you lied to me, and I didn't hear or see or hear anything, you don't need any... well, what's the point of having ears? Come here. And he took his head and he burnt his ear off at the stove. Like, melted it off.
That's too much, but...
Yeah, he had PTSD. I mean, yeah, of course I mean, what would you do if you fucking... you know, you were in that situation too? But the kid realized he did fuck up. It's his fault. He should have done that. And, you know, whatever. Same kid. Stole his cigarettes, burnt his arm with a cigar while it was on. Me? I got a belt from my mom. Now, look at the difference. Yeah? Now, the belt is abuse. You know? But I think there's no wrong. There's nothing wrong with scaring. You know, scaring the kid. Maybe just don't be a fucking pussy when you're a parent, and then the kid will be okay. You know, show them a little bit of harshness so they get a bit of a taste of the world. Maybe. You know, it's nuts. That was the 90s, though. That was the 90s. Obviously, we're in a different time, but you can see the difference, what it's done to the people, you know, less harsh, less discipline, you know, like we have this thing, I don't know in Europe if they made the same change as well, but Australia banned social media for 16-year-olds.
That also happened. That also happened in Greece. Up until 16 years of age, they cannot use it, and also Spain, 16 years of age, and that's the best thing that could have happened.
Yeah, but did you notice there's more kids crying?
Okay,
They're bored.
it's human to cry. It's humanely, I meant to say.
Well, they're not on their social media. They gotta have fun, son. So what are they doing? They're going out and being careless.
Okay, that's how they will learn.
Fucking, you know. Well, they'll learn. They will learn.
That's how they will learn.
Yeah.
I had to go.
Like, fuck, yeah.
I had to go through all the, fair share of how they would be called. I don't know the word in English, but when you're put into doubt of whether you should do this or that, like vices. Yeah. So it will come a moment where you'll have to face it, and your father will not be here to tell you whether that's right or wrong, but you'll have to judge it by yourself, to whether that's okay for you or not, and to make a decision, should you do it or not. I've been around people that got occasionally very drunk or used some substances I don't want to mention now, and so on, but I always knew that that's not right, that's not for me. So, and where did I get that from? Well, it was my father. He always said, like, don't I ever catch you, with this or that, you're finished. So maybe if I wasn't that much respecting him or afraid of such things, like what he mentioned, and what he will do or this and that, not that he would, I don't know, something extreme, but you get the point. Maybe I would have done it, because kids in naturally they're curious, and it's all only natural for them to try. That's why you will hear most often people that started smoking like at very early age. First 5th, 5th, 6th grade, I don't know when. They won't start smoking when they're grown-ups, right? When they should actually have that decision.
I think the idea is trying to get respect. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Because you're so young, you don't have any respect. People don't respect you when you're young. So when they see your parent or an older person that's being respected, and they just so happen to smoke a cigarette, they're like, oh shit, if I smoke some cigarettes, they'll respect me too. Holy shit, it's cool. And then they start smoking, and then they start lying, and kind of starts from there, I guess. But it's a little bit different, I think, for me anyway.
Okay, it was nice to chat, Kelvin. I'm gonna head now. I think I hit the mark, exactly 3 hours and actually 1 minute. And it's already 12:32 because I went off for a pause and then to pick up that shipment that I had to pick. Anyway, so I think that will be all from me for today. Tomorrow I'll be on in the same time.
Nice.
Yeah, I said it that I'll try to put myself to this regime, or to have it time organized, a bit more organized as scheduled, for anyone who would also be curious in seeing this work. So I plan on doing it tomorrow again, 9 a.m. till 12 a.m. and continue for the foreseeable future like that. Yeah. Biba, thank you, man.
Very best.
Thank you, man. Have a nice day. You too as well. Take care. Yeah. And I think we'll both finish the models in the same time, more or less. You, the robot with the bicycle, and myself, the car. Kelvin, thank you very much, man, and thank you for the collaboration.
Okay.
It's my first one, actually. I have to say it.
I didn't do any collaboration at all.
I'm honored, in that case, to have it with you.
Me?
Yeah, why not?
Special all of a sudden.
It's not about that. It's more about that I truly. It's more about that I truly respect your work, and I always go back and always share it with people when they mention of environments and buildings, environments and things as such. I always say bring up your work because that confusion it made in my mind of thinking it was an actual photo, whereas it was just a 3D model.
I should.
You know, that impression left a mark on me. It was very nicely done, and I don't mean it in a cliche way. I really mean it. And in that sense, I'm really grateful, you know, for you being here and all that. Take care, man. Maybe get a nice sleep because you said it's already very late on your end. So
Oh, last week it was late. When I did the 8-hour, I went to bed at like 6 in the morning that day.
oh my, that's quite a lot, man. That's extreme.
Yeah,
I used to do that back in the day.
But I think, but I finished the asset from start to finish in one go.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for the company, hanging out, and all that. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.